Good morning, class 3. So, today we are going to do chapter number 2, My Inspiration, Swami Vivekanand. We have all heard the name of Swami Vivekanand. So, Swami Vivekanand was born on 12th of January 1863 to Vishwanatha Datta and Bhuvaneshwari. Young Narendranath, which he was originally called, and he was extremely devoted to God. And then we see that India has given birth to a variety of saints and God's men. People who have achieved salvation. Now, what is the meaning of salvation? Salvation means liberty or get an escape from the monotonous life or everyday life, getting the liberty, getting the relief. Okay, so this is the main meaning of salvation. So people who have achieved salvation through the paths of prayer, action and duty, bhakti, karma and dharma. And Swami Vivekananda was also a saint, and with one major difference. And what was the difference? That is, he worked towards the upliftment of his people and not just towards his own salvation. Now, what is the meaning of upliftment? Upliftment means elevate or prosperity. Okay, so he worked towards the upliftment of his people and not just towards his own salvation. He was a karma yogi in the true sense of the word. He that means karma yogi means he believed in actions and not just words. So he was a man of action. So he was a karma yogi in the true sense of the word. Birth of a saint. So, as we have already said, born in Calcutta on January of 12th, 1863 to Vishwanatha Datta and Bhuvaneshwari, young Narendranath, which he was originally called, and also he was extremely devoted to God. He was also extremely attached to his mother, who had a profound influence on his life. Now, profound means strong or intense or vivid. So, he had a profound influence on his life. She had a profound influence on his life. So, on whose life? On Vivekananda's life. She used to tell him mythological stories which he loved to hear. Now, what is the meaning of mythological? That is fabled or utopian. So, she used to tell him mythological stories and which he loved to hear. He often said that it was his mother who had been the constant inspiration of his work and life. Now, what is the meaning of inspiration? Inspiration means encouragement. So, he had been a constant inspiration under his mother. He graduated from Christian College, Calcutta. The principal, Mr. Hasty, was known to have remarked, Narendranath is really a genius. I have travelled far and wide, but I have never come across a lad of his talents and possibilities, even in German universities among philosophical students. He is bound to make his mark in life. So, Mr. Hasty, he was a principal of Christian College, Calcutta, and he said that Narendranath is really a genius boy and he had a lot of potential within him. So, and then he traveled far and wide, but have never come across a lad of his talents and possibilities, even in German universities among philosophical students. And also that he is bound to make his mark in life. That is, he is going to reach the top of life. His interests ranged from sports and music to wrestling, philosophy, and poetry. He loved reading Shelley, Wordsworth, Herbert Spencer, and John Stuart Mill. So we see that he used to love sports and had a profound interest in music, to wrestling, philosophy, and poetry. So he loved many of these things. all of these things, and also that he loved Western stories. So he loved Western readings. He loved Western poets such as Shelley, Wordsworth, Herbert Spencer, and John Stuart Mill. So, in this, I have given you the summary. As you can see, Swami Vivekananda was born in Calcutta on 12th of January 1863 to Vishwanatha Datta and Bhuvaneshwari. Young Narendranath was extremely devoted to God, and Swami Vivekananda was among those people who have achieved salvation through the paths of prayer, action, and duty. And the only difference was that he worked towards the upliftment of his people and not towards his own salvation, that is, not towards his own freedom. His mother was his only inspiration, and she used to tell him mythological stories which he loved to hear and had a great influence in his life. And Mr. Hasty, the principal of Christian College, Calcutta, remarked Narendranath to be a genius boy, and he was astonished by his talents and possibilities. So Vivekananda then loved reading about Shelley, Wordsworth, Herbert Spencer, and John Stuart Mill. So, class, even though you don't have this chapter in your syllabus, please read the history of Swami Vivekananda. It will help you in the long run. So, please read the story. We haven't finished yet, so there's a lot left. So, we will do it the next day. For now, just learn the word meanings, and if you want, you can get the help of a dictionary. So, class, this is the class of moral science. So, we are going to end here. Thank you, class.